Seems to me like they want us to be afraid, man. Or maybe we just like being afraid. Maybe we just so used to it at this point that it's just a part of us, part of our culture. Security alert on orange. It's been on orange since '01, G. I mean, what's up, man? Can a brother get yellow, man? Just for like 2 months or something? Goddamn.
You know, guys, we've been doing a lot of talking for a while now about this, whatever this world plan is against the, to bring down the people of the United States and what they're been doing and what they're planning on doing. And I just came across this article, and I found it pretty interesting because it seemed like the exact same things that we've been trying to fight against over here are pretty much going on a massive scale in Syria right now. And as we know, there's a bunch of people over there fighting. Everybody seems to want somebody different in power. And it's a mess. Damascus is a rubble. And it's just not pretty. But I came across this article. And it's just crazy because I'm going to go through it and I'll just read the whole thing to you. I don't normally do this, but what they have in there is just pretty damn interesting. But it says mass deaths in Syrian jails amount to crime of extermination. Extermination, y'all. Alright? They aren't talking about bugs. They aren't talking about mosquitoes. Alright? They aren't talking about ants. We're talking about human being exterminated. You want to have people keep saying that this stuff that happened in Germany can never happen in America, and it certainly couldn't happen anywhere in the world in this day and age, right? Because that was just so long ago, and it's a whole totally different age. Well, look right here. Extermination. Detainees held by the Syrian government are being killed on a massive scale, amounting to state policy of extermination of the civilian population, a crime against humanity. The UN Commission of Inquiry called on the Security Council to impose targeted sanctions on high-ranking Syrian civilians and military officials responsible for or complicit in deaths, torture, and disappearances in custody, but stopped short of naming the suspects. The independent experts said they had also documented mass executions and torture of prisoners by two jihadi groups, the Nusra Front and Islamic State, also known as ISIS or ISIL. These constituted war crimes, and in the case of Islamic State, also crimes against humanity. The report, Out of Sight, Out of Mind, Deaths in Detention, covers March 10th, 2011 to November 30th, 2015. It's based on interviews with 621 survivors and witnesses and evidence gathered by the team led by Chairman Paolo Panero. Over the past 4.5 years, thousands of detainees have been killed while in the custody of warring parties. The UN criticism of the Damascus government comes at a time when forces have been advancing with the aid of Russian airstrikes. A Moscow-backed government assault near the city of Aleppo this month marks one of the biggest momentum shifts in this 5-year war and helped torpedo peace talks last week. Noting that the victims were mostly civilian men, never in these 5 years these facilities that are described in our report have been visited, and we have repeatedly asked the government to do so. There was no immediate response by the government. There's a shocker. Prison officials, their superiors throughout the hierarchy, high-ranking officials in military hospitals, and the military police corps, as well as government, were aware that deaths on a massive scale were occurring. Thus, we concluded there were reasonable grounds, that is, the threshold that we apply, to believe that the conduct described amounts to extermination as a crime against humanity. Tens of thousands of detainees are held by the government at any one time, and thousands more have disappeared after arrest by state forces or gone missing after abduction by armed groups. Their mass arrest and killing of civilians, including by starvation and denial of medical treatment, state forces have engaged in the multiple commission of crimes amounting to a systematic and widespread attack against civilian population. Now, where have we heard this before? Because everybody says this is impossible, this can't happen anywhere, especially not in America, even though we're showing you the documentation that they want to do this exact same thing in America right here, and you say it happened, and they're telling you right here that it's been going on in Syria for years. It's been going on there for years. And we see it every time, right? All this stuff starts in some other European country, and then lo and behold, a couple of years later, it's in America, right? There are reasonable grounds to believe high-ranking officers, including the heads of branches of directorates commanding the detention facilities. Never heard of detention facilities before, have we? FEMA, Walmart, right? And the military police, as well as their civilian superiors, knew of the deaths and of bodies buried anonymously in mass graves. Mass graves of exterminating people, y'all. So, I'm not going to go into all of this, but I'm just making a point to make sure that people are aware that we've known for quite a while from publicly unsealed Freedom of Information Act government documents that they've had plans for this stuff for the American people for quite some time. Whatever this whole global thing is that they've been setting into motion, especially at an accelerated pace since Obama became president of the United States. This has been going on since, hell, maybe the 20s or 30s. It's been going on for a long time, and people want to forget, and they want to say this stuff is crazy, and none of this can ever happen. But all this stuff that they're outlining in this article, the stuff that's going on right here, all these military officers getting replaced by other ones that'll do what Obama wants is real. Go look it up. Hundreds and hundreds of top military officials have been getting replaced, and it just started happening this week. It started spreading from the other divisions into the Navy, right? We already know about Agenda 21 and sustained development and wanting to migrate the population, right? Wanting to depopulate. You see that with this damn Zika virus, right? We all know about the Walmarts closing and turning into military bases. And now all of a sudden, all these Walmarts across the nation are closing. Right? They've been laying out all the stuff that they want to do, and we've been hearing about it for years. And here, lo and behold, it's been going on for Syria for a while now. Now, the interesting thing here is how the United Nations is condemning these things. Just like the other day, when they condemned the actions against Julian Assange of WikiLeaks. So I'm not really sure what to think about this, except it's just the old things they always do, right? They go in, cause a problem, offer a solution to the problem, and then push their agenda. So I guess they're going to go in and condemn the actions of people pushing the actions, or pushing, or what's the word I'm looking for? People actually doing what they've laid out in their agenda to cause a problem. They're getting these people to do these things, and then they're going to come out and condemn them for it, try to look like the good guy, so they can do whatever it is they're doing to push their agenda. I mean, that's all I can think. Because we all know that they're directly behind a whole bunch of this crap. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to show. That's why I wanted to point out to you is this exact same stuff that they've been talking about happening in America is already happening in Syria. Just like the big problems that are coming to America with this immigration that's about to rip us apart. It's already happening in Germany, right? All this stuff you see happening over there, it's only a matter of time. It's going to spread, and it's going to come here, right? Because the other places, it's easier to do it. Not here. Here, they're going to have a big-ass problem. People are waking up. People are getting to know the truth, and people got a lot of damn guns. But, I don't know. That's it, guys. I just wanted to make y'all aware, and I wanted y'all to check out some of those keywords and phrases, and see what kind of stuff they got going on here, and then think about the stuff that we've been talking about that's going to go on here, and it's kind of ironic how eerily similar that they are. So that's it. That's all I got.